Hey man, building a profitable supplement brand is legit one of the hardest things I think I've ever done in my 26 years of life. I'll hit the refresh for you here. It is currently 12:40 a.m. or actually, sorry, 12:40 p.m. in the afternoon, right around lunchtime here. Supplement brand just crossed over a little over $1,000 in sales in the day. Hit the refresh again just in case you guys think this is fake or whatever. Um, yeah, so for the last since the beginning of the year, January of 2026, I've been working on building out this supplement brand. I've been working on formulating it, building the branding. I got the copyright. I paid lawyers to get a copyright, a trademark on the brand, so it can't just be copied and replicated. I've been fighting to get it on Amazon, TikTok, and obviously I have my website itself here. We're only selling here in the United States right now because I can only fulfill orders in the United States, so it's only a US product. But I wanted to just make this video and kind of do a couple things. One, just get you guys up to speed with the brand, why I'm building the brand, and also some of the things I've been doing to work on it. So supplement brands are easily one of the most popular and successful types of products you can launch in the space of ecom. Most of you guys that watch my channel, you are dropshippers looking to get started in ecom, or maybe you've been in ecom for a little over a year and you're currently at your current experience and where you are in your journey. Dropshipping is the name of the game, right? We find established products that have already been proven to sell that you can easily source from China, rebrand it a little bit, and then sell it on Facebook ads or whatever the case may be. That's what most of my journey has been on this channel. And over the last year or so, I've been saving up a ton of money and prepared myself for this moment here where I actually build and launch an actual brand, a brand that I formulated, that I put together all the design, the marketing, the messaging behind it all. And this is where we are now. I still dropship as well to help supplement the income for the brand, but the main focus, a lot of my time and energy and attention has been going into this right here. And it's been a lot of work. I've made a few videos on the channel kind of showing you kind of some of the behind the scenes. And now we're at a point now where it's time to really put rubber to the road and really start to generate some real sales here. So I have been working on a myriad of different things, which is establishing my presence on Amazon, getting this as a legit listing on Amazon, which if you know anything about Amazon, you should know how hard it is to get a legitimate listing up and running. But I have I have a really good product and I have all the right paperwork. Right. Any type of consumable product like a chlorophyll gummy, which by the way helps internalize your body odor, neutralizes body odor so you don't have bad breath or natural body odor. A product like this, you have to have the right manufacturer with the right certifications. This is all manufactured and produced in the United States, GMP certified facility, third-party tested, non-GMO, vegan, all sourced in the United States here, which is really amazing because we have the highest quality and it's simple ingredients that effectively work and solve a massive problem, one of the biggest insecurities in the world, which is smelling bad. So really, really cool products. Put a lot of energy and work into this. I've made it a better product, right? So the name of the game in supplements is not reinventing the wheel. Chlorophyll is already something that's really popular. A lot of people take it in a capsule or liquid drink form. And I just said, hey, let's make it better and let's turn it into a gummy, make it taste good and enjoyable and easy to take. So that's been the journey for the last 7 months. And it's really cool to start to see the brand come to life. I've hired a ton of UGC creators to make really, really good videos that are popping off on TikTok right now. That is going to generate overall brand awareness, where people are now starting to hear about the brand on TikTok. We can then carry that over to Facebook. And I'm also running a little bit of Google ads as well, keyword search ads. So when someone sees a Facebook ad and they're a little bit skeptical, I'm not sure if this brand's legit or not, they'll go on Google, search it up, and then our brand will be there as well. And we'll also have Amazon listing as well. So TikTok, Facebook ads, Google, and Amazon, all kind of the four horsemen of marketing, all working together to build ultimate omnipresence. And today, right before the weekend, I'm proud to say that we are progressing in the right direction and starting to explode the brand. As you can see, we have a massive spike in sales, and I can go by the day here. You can see early in the day we weren't really getting many sales. We're getting a couple sales, and then boom, started to spike up. And yeah, we're starting to really look really good here. So really cool stuff here. I have some people visiting the website from all over the world right now, simply because I've been sharing this inside my school community. I've been documenting the journey, and a lot of my community members have been seeing the behind the scenes of the building of this brand, which is exciting. So yeah, some really cool stuff, man. So I'm going to talk to you guys about a few quick things here that maybe will be educational, valuable to you as someone that may be interested in building a brand yourself, and really trying to see the landscape of ecom as a whole. So I have a few different campaigns inside of this ad account. I'm not going to show them all today. If this is something you guys want to see more of a deep dive on, I know a lot of my audience are dropshippers, so maybe this isn't that interesting. So if it's not, it's fine. But if you guys do find interest in like going in and diving into the ad account, showing you guys some of the ads, kind of breaking down some of the theory and logic behind it, let me know. But I'll briefly tap on it now. If you guys want to hear more about it, just let me know in the comment section. But something that I've been doing recently, which I almost never did in the past, is combining videos and statics in one campaign, or sorry, rather in one ad set. So under this selected ad set, I have a batch of just creator videos, and then I have this static right now that it's early in the day. It's only spent $4, but is at a 7x return on investment. So this is really dope, and it's generated, a nice sale here, and the metrics and the click-through rate is really good. And CPMs on this in this entire niche as a whole is always high, but I don't really care too much about CPMs on a supplement product. I'm more just invested in ad performance. So I like this, and Facebook even suggests that you put ads. In an ad set, you put videos and statics, and this could be natives in a ad set. This could be AI UGC videos in an ad set with statics. But they recommend that you put a bunch of different types of videos and images all under one ad set so they can bounce off each other and work with each other. If you're not familiar, Facebook likes to put ad sets or treat ad sets like funnels. So somebody might come across one of these UGC ads from one of the creators on the brand, and then they might be interested. They might see the ad and be like, okay, whatever. But then they'll hit them right away with one of these statics, which, by the way, I built all these statics in one simple go using Claude, using one Claude skill, which I'll share with you guys in just a moment. And they will get hit with basically like a retargeting ad, right? So I don't even run retargeting ads these days, because the way Facebook wants you to set up your campaigns, especially in more competitive niches, is to have a mixture of videos, statics, and even natives. That's going to be the next batch of ad sets that I launch. Will be a mixture of natives, statics, and video ads. And they're trying to be, it's basically this big soup of creative diversity. And because of Andromeda, they want creative diversity. But here's the kicker though. Your ad set has to consist of the same messaging. And that is the thing that I've made the mistake of in the past when I've kind of tried testing different things. I would put like 5 different types of ads. Maybe one is about body odor, one's about bad breath, one's about gut health, right? And they would all go in under one ad set. Facebook, I've done more research and studied a little bit more. They want you to organize your campaigns with multiple ad sets, and each ad set being its own organization folder. And in that ad set, you should have consistent messaging, but just in different ways. So if I want to speak to people about their gut health issues and why they need to take this supplement, I should have one ad set centered around gut health, and then I could put a ton of different creatives in there, and it's going to work like a funnel, and it just works together on attacking and speaking to different customers in different ways. So this is something that I've changed and I've never done before, and I'm literally seeing a change almost overnight. And I have a bunch of different campaigns here. I'm going to be launching advertorials, listicles, but now that I know that one campaign, multiple ad sets, organize each ad set with one central messaging, and that central messaging should speak to one mass desire, whether that be videos, statics, or natives. That has completely changed the game for me, and that's what's been really helping. As you can see here, 7x ROAS. I'm showing you this newer campaign right now because my other ad sets are a little bit jumbled up. And also, I could be here all day if I were to open up every single ad set that I've tested and tried. But this is just one of a few different ones, and that's been really, really nice to see. And this is the cleanest way to kind of show the data here, because I was doing a bunch of nonsense in the other campaign. So little piece of advice there for you. Organize your ad sets under one central mass desire, and then throw in a mixture of statics, natives, images, and then have that all jumbled up under one ad set so your customers can see one ad here on day one, and then maybe day two they see another, and that's what gets them to buy, which is really cool. And I've been really putting a focus on that lately. So I run this basic Claude skill that builds out statics for me automatically using foundational proven statics that have done well for brands throughout last 10 years of marketing. And basically I just run this skill, and then after about 10 minutes or so, Claude will automatically put a bunch of statics that I can run in a folder. I just simply have to tell Claude, hey, this is the messaging that I want to use, and then it works really well. So the name of the game for me, as I'm still trying to scale right now, is I'm going to be launching a new batch of ads in an ad set every single day until I come across about 5 to 6 different messaging strategies, right? Bad breath, body odor in general, gut health, and there might be some other messaging strategies that I use. And the strategy for me is to figure out, okay, let's continuously test. I'm narrowing down on the messaging that I think will work the best, but I want to test another like 3 or 4 different mass desires that my product can solve before I nail down one. And then from there, I'll start building out landing pages, advertorials, listicles, quiz funnels, and that's going to allow me to figure out which of the multiple mass desires have I been testing, which of those have the strongest overall messaging. So I'm using a lot of Claude for research, but also for creative design, scripting, and I'm also leveraging the UGC creators that are creating videos for my brand right now, which is absolutely really cool. One of the ways I've been scaling creator outreach is with this tool called Cruva. Basically, what this allows me to do is mass outreach different UGC creators on TikTok. So I can say, hey, we'd love for you to create for our brand. Reach out, and then we offer them to request a free sample. We'll send out a free sample, and then they'll start making videos. And I'm split testing a couple of different campaigns. And the thing about TikTok is you have to reach a certain level of GMV before you can actually start reaching out to multiple creators. So I just crossed the 2,000 30-day GMV mark. It's not updated yet in this window, but I've crossed over that. And now I can reach out to 7,000 affiliates in 1 week. So I just created some new campaigns. Those campaigns will go out to a variety of different creators. And that's basically going to be the way I get a ton of videos. So as you can see here, we have one really successful campaign that sent out 3,832 messages across the last month or so. And of those outreach messages, we got 11 replies, 42 sample requests, and 32 videos. Not every single sample request we approve. If a creator hasn't reached a certain criteria with their videos, we don't allow the sample to go out. But we gotten 32 videos from that, and we can go here and see the videos. And some of our top creators right now that are getting a 3x ROAS or ROI on the videos came from just outreaching to them and offering them a free sample, which is really cool, like this creator here and a few others, which is also really, really cool. And last but not least, what's been really cool about all this marketing efforts is seeing the spillover happen on Amazon. And as a regular dropshipper, we never get to experience the benefits of the halo effect, where someone may see your brand on Facebook ads and decide to just buy from Amazon because it's a little bit more trustworthy. So got the Amazon listing up. We had a couple issues with that, but overall, we're starting to push in the right direction. We have a 9.6% conversion rate, and it's on the higher side simply because we're getting a lot of spillover from the other marketing channels. So our marketing dollars are actually more efficient on TikTok and on Facebook than it actually seems, simply because a lot of the marketing efforts that are being driven there, we have a little bit of spillover where other people come on the platform and they're like, okay, hey, I saw your ad on Facebook, but I want to buy on Amazon. So we, in the last week, have done almost $500 in sales, which is really cool. So, hey, man, we're brick by brick, man. We're brick by brick building this bad boy up. Supplement brands are, like I said at the start of the video, easily one of the hardest things you can do in ecom, building it. And it's all bootstraps. It's all my money and equity that I've just had lying around due to the success I had with a lot of my dropshipping stores. I don't have any partners or anything like that. I've kind of just been doing it all on my own. I've paid to different contractors and agencies to help with like designing the bags, sourcing some creators and stuff like that. But everything has just been out of my own pocket. And I'm obviously in the red with this business. I have not made a single profit yet. And that's fine. The first year or two is not about making profits, about just getting people to know, like, and trust the brand. And then those customers that bought today are hopefully customers that will buy the month after and the month after, and you know, and be lifetime customers. That's the appeal with supplements is that you're building a business built on longevity and consistency over time. And the type of product that I am selling is great because, for one, it's a product that you have to continuously take it to get the mass desire solved, which is body odor. You have to keep taking the chlorophyll supplement, or else you're going to go back to smelling like shit. So that's good. And then two, I plan on in the future launching more SKUs on the same brand that center around the same kind of overall goal, speaking to women about wellness, healthy products. So that is the name of the game there. So yeah, I mean, that's all I have for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as always. And if you have any questions or concerns, any feedback, any specific things, I'm looking forward to answering as many questions as possible in the comment section down below. And if you want to learn some of the marketing fundamentals that I use to be able to afford to start a supplement brand, feel free to check out the description. I have my online school community link there if that's something you want to be a part of as well. See you all in the next one. Take care.